my husband became a councillor in the year 1971, and in the 1980 election he was councillor again and was elected to be mayor of the borough on the 21st of May 1980. The inauguration of him as mayor took place in the town hall in the council chamber among all the councillors of Southwark and some people who were watching round the edges, visitors, sometimes people from newspapers. And to all these people, when he made his inaugural speech, he mentioned that although he had been elected as mayor and a member of the ruling party, he did accept that there were other people in the borough who had not voted for him but for members of their own party, and that as mayor he represented the Queen, and therefore he mattered as much to them and they to him as members of his own party. And he made it very clear that he expected to do his best for everyone living and working in the borough, irrespective of their origins, their proclivities, with regard to politics and various other things that were going on in the borough. And he was so interested in the fact that people came up to him and were actually pleased because he had actually mentioned their party and not just the one which he belonged to. We realised that he had done the best thing he possibly could to make people aware that he was there for everyone. And he then began to go round the borough, meeting everybody he possibly could. Sometimes it was somebody's 100th birthday party, always a very pleasant occasion. Sometimes he went to see someone who had worked hard to make money for a project which was very much needed by people. He was particularly interested in efforts to keep children off the streets, particularly quite often boys and girls of teenage years who could become a thundering nuisance to everyone who lived near where they were operating. He found that by talking to them, he could often say things to them like when they complained that people didn't do anything for them, he'd say, "But what are you doing for yourselves? You have to think that if you want something, you've got to do your part towards it." And this, I think, helped him to become a relatively successful mayor, because he was making the point that you don't sit back and expect them to do everything for you. You expect to get together and work as a team. And this was what he tried to make as a real theme of his year, the fact that people could work together for the common good. If they didn't like what happened, they could then discuss it, and where everybody went wrong, not just the people in authority. And this, I think, was one of the best things that happened during that mayoral year, that we really made people see that the borough was full of human beings who were all in need of something from the borough, And they also were all aware that they couldn't just ask, they had to give as well. Now, what's that like?
That was 5